I always had big trouble feeling like my time with a game was over. It took a really long time for me to be financially able to buy games, which made me have a problem considering that I got my money's worth. My way out of this, since 2020, has been to platinum these games. There is something to getting all those achievements that always made me feel like it was enough, even when said achievements were not the game's 100%. A few months ago, I saw a few achievement hunting videos and realized that this was something I kind of did anyway, so why not bring to the channel? But there was a catch. I let a random wheel decide the game I was going to platinum, which could lead to some troubling situations. I made a list that consisted of 16 games that I wanted to beat and also get that plat. But the only rule for this selection was that I did not allow myself to input games based on how easy or hard they were. Also, my only platform for games is PC, and the only reason I have my consoles is the exclusives. So I'll be playing the selected game on PC. And yes, I know, on PC is way easier to cheat. But I think you have to trust me on this one. Without further ado, let's spin the wheel. DreadX Collection. Okay, I surely did not expect that. This game is basically a collection of short games, all inspired by the same subject. In this case, the horror game of your dreams. The collection itself serves as a kind of hub for the games. In this one, there are 10. I did not make a lot of planning because I would prefer to play the game twice if I had to make sure that my first playthrough would be only for the experience. With that in mind, I started my journey with The Pay is Nice, a small game about this guy who does his job in a without questioning style. It is okay. An interesting concept, but nothing much more than that. The graphic style and HUD bother me a bit, but after almost 25 minutes, I beat the game and there it is, the first achievement of this video. Here is when we have a problem. See, remember when I said that I did not look up the difficulty before putting a game on that list? So this is the moment I realized that this platinum was basically beating the game. Considering that this is a very short game, averaging 5.5 hours on how long to beat, this would be a pretty stupid video, so I figured I had two options. The first one was scraping the whole idea and going back to the start with another random game, but in my opinion that would kill the purpose of the wheel. If I can change the game at any time, why would I even use the wheel in the first place? So I was left with the second option, going through with the video. But I wanted to make it a bit more interesting, so I decided to not only play and platinum the first game, but actually all the games in the franchise. So we will divide this video into 5 chapters, one for each collection. I'll only talk a bit more about the really good games. For the rest, I'll basically point out that I played them and got the achievement. My second choice was Carthunk, which was not that fun. Took me 35 minutes and got me the achievement. The next game was Don't Go Out, and oh my god, I underestimated a lot this one. There is nothing really scary here, just a small puzzle game with a few interesting mechanics. This one was one of my favorites from this collection. I don't know why, but it just clicked with me, and I really wish for a full game with more levels and mechanics. The only objective is to survive the rounds, and when you eventually do, the game is finished and you get the achievement. The next one was Shatter. This one started very weirdly. Its visuals were kind of eerie, but eventually they got me. I really enjoyed this game. For some reason, the whole concept and universe caught me. It is kind of a walking simulator, but feels like more of a concept test than a game or a demo on its own. When it is getting really interesting and the concept is evolving, it ends, which was frustrating because I really wanted more. After I talked to this giant fella, the game ended and I got the achievement. After that, I got the achievements for Hand of Doom, The Pony Factory, Summer Night, and Rotgut. Eventually, I got to Outsiders. This one was also a blast. It was for sure the longest of them, but for a good reason. It is those horror games that are kind of roguelikes. Your death will only serve to increase your knowledge on how to solve the escape room scenario. I think I may have a fall for this style since I have a considerable number of them on my Steam wishlist, but it still was a good experience. And when you discover the truth and finish the game, you have another achievement. The last one I played from this collection was Mr. Bucket Made Me Do It. After finishing it, both the achievement from beating the game and the platinum popped. The overall experience with the first game was very positive, so I went for the second one pretty much without any hiccups, and I was surprised with a way more complex hub. Now the games from the collection are part of a narrative, which makes it more fun, and the puzzles to get the keys are good enough to make you want to keep solving them. I did all the puzzles first and then played the games, which I think was not the best choice. This collection had Lovecraft as its main connection between the games. The first game I played was Solipsis. After this one, I played The Toy Shop. After that, I went through Squirrel Stapler, The Thing in the Lake, Another Late Night, The Diving Bell, Arcade Letra, Sucker for Love, To the End of Days, and Undiscovered. The second collection was not to my taste until we got to Charlotte's Exile, a game about this guy who was investigating, well, Charlotte's disappearance. The gameplay consists of basically translating the elder texts to understand a letter while protecting yourself from a monster that approaches very slowly to get you unaware. This one was fun. I enjoyed the puzzles, and the constant fear of not taking too long to look out for the monster was great. I think that there are few letters on the alphabet that had a not that big indication of their connection, but overall it was great. And after you decipher all the letters and translate the message, the game ends and we have our achievement. To end this collection with a very high note, Touched by Another God, an arena shooter in which you are in control of Melissa, a girl in search of her father. This game was great. The power-ups made the gameplay progress very fun. This one left me with a gigantic feeling of I want more. After we beat the final boss, we get both the final game achievement and the platinum. The second collection felt like a big improvement in the hub area, but the number of games that I liked was way smaller. Sadly, the third collection had, as a theme, cute horror, which is one of the worst genres of horror in my opinion. So I started this one already knowing that I would not like the gigantic majority of these games. The first one I played was Submission. After that, I played Matter Over Mind, Reactor, Nice Screams at the Funfair, Cheap Tips, Disparity of the Dead, Bubbo Adventure on Gerald's Island, Betty Grease, Garden of the Faultless. I think that the only game worth pointing out here is Spookware, the video store, a WarioWare styled game that was really fun and challenging. I went for the effort to get S in all levels for this one, so I would say that this is the best one from this collection, and this one has a full release that, well, I intend to play. After that, I finished the third collection with Soul Waste and Sato Wonderland. With them, we finished the third collection, and the platinum popped. I went for the fourth collection already scared. If the rest of them were to be like the last one, the middle to end part of this video would be kind of a pain. Thankfully, we have a both more interesting theme, shooters, and a game hub with a better theme and story. Game-wise, I started with Axis Mundi, a really interesting game where you are in control of kind of a ghost hunter and has very interesting gameplay mechanics, which is most likely the most interesting aspect of it. I enjoyed this one a lot. I wish that this one eventually gets a full version. After that, I played Uktena, Rose of Myth, Seraphixel, and Black Relic, until we got to The Fruit, which is easily by a landslide the best from this collection. This game is insane. It is one of my favorites among all of them. I expected a boring game when it started, but as soon as I reloaded the gun for the first time, I knew it would be an amazing game. The gameplay is great, the story is also interesting, and the visual and mechanics are perfect. I love this one. Sad that we never saw a full version. After that, I played The House of the Unrest and ended the 4th collection with the 100% achievement. Finally, the last collection. We started on a very weird hub, most likely the weirdest. I don't really know the connection between these games. It does seem like they went back to the roots of horror of the first collection though. The first one for me was Hans Vodi, and after that I played Gallery. Then I went for The Book of Blood, which is a crime to not have more recognition. It consists on following through a ritual that you found on a random book. The gameplay mechanics are very cool and greatly executed. I think that this game is perfect the way it is. This is the only one from these collections that I really liked and felt that it should be exactly what it is. A longer version of this would get boring eventually. Even more when you discover that you can basically try all the options to solve all the puzzles. Even considering that, I like this one a lot, and there is even a big twist in the end. After that, I went for Karal, Rotten Sigma, Spirit Guardian, We Never Left, Vestige, Resver, Ludomalika, Beyond the Curtain, and Entering. And with those, we get all the achievements for this game and all the platinums for this video. I really enjoy getting these platinums, even when they're easier. In this one, I don't feel like the stories from the hubs were attractive enough to justify their existence. I would say that only the 2nd and 4th hubs had interesting enough aspects and stories to make me want to know more. It was a bit frustrating to find out that this platinum would be only beating the games, but I think that putting the entire franchise and only talking about the really good ones makes it a little more interesting. If you enjoyed this type of video, I'll be taking all of your suggestions and putting them into my wheel. Obviously, if I already own the game. And if you suggest something that I don't own, well, I'm available for presents. My only exceptions will be games that I intend to take my time and enjoy, and obviously games that I already have all the achievements for. Thanks for watching. I really enjoy making these videos, and hopefully 2024 will be a year where I can improve my upload schedule. For this video, that's it. If you want to support the end credits, consider giving a like and leaving a comment. If you feel like helping me, we also have end credits on Patreon, with various tiers and rewards there. Any support will be greatly appreciated. Until the next one, bye.